let's have it to where they do a 2 year with a third year option. That
Welcome back to another episode of On the Go podcast, man. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, remember to leave a comment, give us a review rating, give us that 5-star, and share it with a friend. And if you on YouTube, you already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, bro. Let's get it.
All
We're on a
that.
crazy
All
run,
that.
and we're gonna bring some more to you today, guys. How you doing, Dre? How you doing, Chris?
Shit, another day, bro. Another day. Just
I
making sure the
feel you.
word is heard. You feel me?
I feel you for sure, for sure. What about you, Dre? I'm sorry,
I'm
Stephen Dre
doing good.
Smith.
Yeah, Stephen Dre Smith. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Just ready to hop into it, man. Because as a as a person that played running back, I'm offended by what I see.
Got you. I got you. I love that transition because that's gonna take us into our first topic. I mean, you'd have to be living under a rock to not know what's going on in the NFL right now with the running back situation. You know, you got Dalvin Cook sitting on the sideline, which might not be a running back situation, by the way. But you got Saquon planning on sitting out because he's not getting a contract. Just guys are being paid far less than what they deserve. And the running back's like the disrespected position in the NFL right now, maybe in all of sports. So, Dre, I'd like to hear your take on this because I know you kind of cocked and ready to blow. Pause.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but let's go ahead and get into this running back situation, bro. What's good?
It's frustrating, man, because they do a lot. They essentially have to do three jobs when everybody else on the field that's a offensive weapon only has to do two, which is catch the ball and score a touchdown. Running backs have to run the ball, catch the ball, run block if you have a running quarterback, and pass block. They have to do all that stuff. So for them to be getting lowballed or not paid at all, to have former running backs, former all pro running backs like Ezekiel Elliott, a decent running back in Kareem Hunt, Saquon disgruntled, Eckler disgruntled, Josh Jacobs disgruntled. For them to have issues for the amount of for what they do on the field, that's terrible. And it's unacceptable because of that's a they try to say, oh, running backs aren't that more important, much more important anymore. That's bullshit because they do all those things. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna throw out a stat. When Ezekiel Elliott was on the field in a third down situation, pass blocking, he has like 3 sacks out of the last 4 years. Think about that. When
Damn.
Ezekiel Elliott pass blocks on a designed, bootleg, or when Tony Pollard is the lead back, Zeke has only given up single-digit sacks to Dak Prescott. That's a skill that you're not paying a wide receiver to block. You know,
I
this is
mean,
this is
granted, some
crazy
wide
to me.
receivers do block though. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
like
kind of part of their
one of the
job, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Like Hans Ward. Hans Ward was like an animal. Like if Hans Ward wanted, he could have easily played tight end and just blocked all day. Um, so like this, it's weird, man. It's weird. Like they're devaluing the position that's arguably just as important as wide receiver, and I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, I agree. And Chris, I'm about to go to you, but I just want to say this comment because it's fresh in my mind. You know, you think about the running back position right now, the NFL is treating it like a brand new car. You know, as soon as you buy it, the value drops
Yeah, the
thirty forty
value drops.
percent
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like,
And
man, what is going on?
exactly, bro. So,
You,
yeah,
you
Chris,
put
let
them
me get your
first
take on that,
exclusive
bro.
miles on them, and then you start to depreciate.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Man,
It's like
Chris,
You know
your
after
what I
that first
team,
mean?
car wash.
Ski
right?
Mac with Christian McCaffrey. You know what
Not
I'm
only that,
saying?
look at the stable of running backs that y'all have had over the past couple of years that y'all haven't paid big money to. Y'all had like,
Right.
you know, pretty much a carousel of running backs that have been serviceable. And that's kind of making the owner's point that I don't need to spend money on these guys. So what's your take on
Hmm.
this?
Yeah, to me, kind of not to pick out what Dre said, but it is like when you look at all that the running back carries and the work that they expect those guys to do on the field, like to say that these guys are actually going through a situation like this right now, it's crazy to think. You look at those guys we mentioned, Josh Jacobs, Eckler, Ezekiel Elliott, McCaffrey, who plays on my favorite team, the list goes on. Like the amount of carries those guys get a game, the amount of blocking and physical I don't want to say harm, but like the amount of work that those guys carried to the point that he mentioned about Zeke only putting up single digit sacks to Dak, like
right.
to say these guys almost in a situation of them fighting for pay is crazy, bro. I don't understand it. You want for a kicker to be more valuable than a running back right now in these times? Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm like. Is this football we talking about, cuz? Like,
right.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't get it, bro. A kicker. And no disrespect to the kickers out there, like, but, bro, you only kicking the fucking ball. That's all you doing.
Yeah.
That's all you doing.
He don't even scrimmage.
He's not scrimmaging. He not blocking. He not setting up at no line to try to, I'm like, bro, for a kicker to be more valuable than a running back in today's football is for us to be having this conversation right now. Like, it just goes to show you the state of football that we in right now. And although we love the game, we can't live without it. But it is like crazy to see these guys of such high level caliber going through a situation like this. Like it don't make sense to me, man. I don't get it. And I don't fuck with it. It's trash, man.
It's trash. And I'll say this, man, growing up, running back was, dude, that was the position. Like you was that guy. At one point in time, it was like if you was a quarterback or a running back, you was that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Us coming up, Reggie Bush was coming up. I mean, not to
Adrian
say Reggie
Peterson.
Bush, but it's Adrian Peterson. Man, who else? LaDainian Tomlinson.
Even Sean Alexander with his peanut head.
Sean Alexander.
Yeah.
Bro. And not to mention the ghosts that came before those guys. Like,
exactly.
Bro, us playing football in the hood, backyard football, hand me off the ball. Yeah. That was it. Hand me off the ball.
Exactly.
Like, either you gonna lob that bitch out or you gonna hand it off.
Exactly.
Hey, think about it like this. Think about how many kids had a poster of Trent Dilfer on their fucking wall compared to Jamal Lewis. 0. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bro.
0. Come on, man.
0.
This is ridiculous, bro.
So not look, happening. Let me say this. T, thank you for joining us, man. I'm gonna kind of get you caught up, but T, you have
big
2
freak
daughters.
in the building.
T, you got 2 daughters, bro. If you were to have another kid and to be a son, would you be training your son to be a running back in the NFL?
Hell no. Quarterback or offensive lineman or defensive lineman.
Yeah, right.
Or let's just put it like this. Quarterback, wide receiver, or any position on the defense. Everything but running back.
Hell, be a kicker.
At this point, shit, a kicker or a punter, because I mean that's low risk, high reward right there.
My son, he has dreams of being a football kicker, so it might not be the time to keep it going, dog.
Get him started.
It might be the time to keep it going.
Man, so let's dig into this. Like, I kind of want to touch on this for a moment. You think about Saquon. I know he's had his injuries, but he's probably one of the most electrifying backs that we have in the league. At any given time, this dude can take it 80 yards. Why are we sitting here having this man talk about the only leverage he has is him sitting out?
I think this is the thing. The Giants messed up, and I'm going to explain why. So they declined Daniel Jones' 5th-year option. If they didn't decline it, they could have just picked up Daniel Jones' 5th-year option and paid Saquon. And the funny part about this, Saquon's not asking for like that deal Zeke got a few years
Nope.
ago, like six years, 90 million. What is it? 40, 50 mil guaranteed. He wants like 25, 30 mil guaranteed for what he does
Crazy.
and for his production. He's the best player on your offense.
He's
That's what I
better
was
than
about
your
to say.
quarterback.
That's what I was
It's
about to say. You telling me Jones is better than Saquon?
absolutely not.
What the fuck?
There ain't no multiverse that Disney got with the
Like, come
Avengers and that
on.
shit where Daniel Jones is better than Saquon.
What,
It's
like,
not. It's
bro?
not a reality.
And for
Hey,
Daniel Jones to get the contract he got and Saquon damn near fighting for a contract, like, what the fuck?
bro, look, we had this conversation when Daniel Jones got that contract. He trash, bro. Yes,
That
he
boy
led
is
them to the
that
playoffs.
boy.
Hey, look, wait, hold on.
Hold on, Jay. Let me get this out.
Yeah, all right.
He led him to the playoffs, whatever. He has little stuff, whatever. But he ain't worth that, bro. Half
Okay.
that stuff was carried on by Saquon, man. They should have paid Saquon. Daniel Jones is ass. Ass.
Don't
All
forget.
bowl
Don't forget.
caps. Bowl caps.
A lot of man. I guess I'm proving your point. I say this. He was doo-doo, and then Dayball got there, and now he hot garbage. So yeah. So I guess y'all right. I was trying to defend my boy, because I got him in a couple fantasy leagues, but yeah.
Dre, remember, you are on the internet. Look, only speak the truth, loved one. Only speak the truth.
Right.
That boy is ass, son.
Yeah, he not worth that. And with the amount of quarterback talent that's coming in the draft in 2024, Quinn Evers, Drew Allaire, the unicorn, Caleb Williams, like, man, those three quarterbacks I named have more upside than Daniel Jones right now with that receiving core and Saquon sitting out. Like, don't be surprised if they, if the front office of the Giants walk away from Daniel Jones and like, hey, look, we got the second pick in the draft. Let's go get Drew Allaire or Quentin Evers or try to get, a dynamic receiver for the next guy and Marvin Harrison Jr.
And we talking about this, not to cut you off, Dre, but what? Saquon is only, 25 years old, 26?
I think he turned 20. I think he's turned 27 this year. Don't quote me on that, though. But even still,
that's young, bro. That's young as fuck.
And like, he's back to where he was before he tore his ACL.
Right.
I mean, you hand Saquon the ball 250, 300 times. You look up, he got 2,000 yards from scrimmage and 11 touchdowns.
Bro.
And y'all don't want to pay this man? And he y'all best player? Ooh, boy. Man.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think we just coming to a point where the market has rotated to the quarterbacks, and it seemed like they just got a chokehold on the league, bro.
You look at the not to cut you off, Jim, but like look at it. We in the age of Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jacksons, Kyler Murray's. Every team is in hope of getting that quarterback. Mm-hmm. New York obviously thinks it's Daniel Jones. I don't know what the fuck they smoking up
but
there.
You gotta think though, Chris. I mean, they paying quarterbacks this much because the supply is low of valuable and really good quarterbacks.
That's true. That's
you look
point.
at the running back. I mean, it's a high supply of running backs.
Yeah,
very high supply of running backs.
If you think about it, though, the league isn't really giving these time for these quarterbacks to develop. You either come in, you got it, or you don't.
That's true.
There may be some anomalies with the situation Hurts was in. Hurts was suspect at best. They bring in a new offensive coordinator. They bring in a very dynamic weapon in AJ Brown. Boom, he almost won an MVP.
Should have won an MVP if you ask me.
Yeah. Look at Patty. Patty is okay. So next year he's the guy. You have a future Hall of Fame coach in Andy Reid. You have Tyreek Hill, arguably two. You have a Hall of Famer in Tyreek Hill and a surefire Hall of Famer in Travis Kelce. Boom, 2 Super Bowls. Josh Allen.
Crazy.
Josh Allen straight garbage. Brian Daboll comes in, fixes him. They bring in a dynamic weapon in Stephon Diggs. The Bills have been to the playoffs more times in the last 4 years than they ever since the Music City Miracle. So it's sad that teams are leaning towards these dynamic dual threat quarterbacks and leaving running backs high and dry. Arguably, you could say that look at a running quarterback like RG3. He was like, fragile as hell. Look at a running back like Saquon, built like an ox, 3 downs, and I'm pass blocking. And some backs do special teams work, on top of all that they're expected to do. And y'all don't want to pay these people? Y'all don't want to pay y'all best players? Austin Eckler is a better receiver than some teams have on their whole receiving core. Think about that.
Real talk.
That's real. That's deep. That's deep. But I hate to do a hard stop, but we got a lot to get into. But us talking about people that need to make money and people that need to be recognized, we gotta talk about our boy Izzy and Dricus Duplessis. Dricus, did this whole rah-rah situation where he was supposed to take on Izzy after beating Robert Whitaker, said that he could fight right now while he was in the ring, then went into his press conference and bumping his gums about it. And this week, he pulled out of the fight from what we hear. It hasn't been officially confirmed, but it sounds like he's pulling out the fight. He posted a picture of his foot, and to his defense, it is swollen. But Izzy's pretty pissed, and Izzy said the fight's off with him, and he called out Sean Strickland, a.k.a. the Sean Strickland, the real African.
He in the do-rag.
Right.
In the do-rag.
Well, Sean Strickland came out and said, he's going to beat Izzy and show him who the real Chinese is. So what's y'all take on this Dricus Duplessis and Izzy situation?
Colonizer activity.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Apartheid 2.0.
Oh my God, we're gonna get banned.
God damn, Dre, what the fuck? Jesus.
Hey, bro, didn't you say 5 minutes ago? Say the truth.
Yeah, you did. You
did. I did. He called my bluff.
Nah, but for real though, it's unfortunate, man. And I gotta wonder if his foot was messed up while he was talking that trash, or this something where he woke up the next day and was like, hey, he told his trainer, told his coach, like, hey, my foot's messed up. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go in, September. It's unfortunate because it seems like this is the fight that everybody wants, but equally, Sean Strickland is a very good fighter.
Coming off of a KO.
Coming off of just
very
dominant performance. I thought when I seen Sean Strickland get knocked out by Alex, I was just like, man, he got knocked out violently, and where is he gonna fall? And for him to come out there and just take care of business like that, I would say give him the title shot. Why not? It's unfortunate 2 of my favorite fighters are fighting. So I'm gonna be like, man, I'm gonna be very disappointed if it's anything short of a draw. But I'm looking forward to the fight. I am, and I guess the winner gets doo-doo. I guess. Bruh, I don't know.
I think for me, I hate the fact that we're literally at the climax for this fight, and he pulls out. Pause. It's like,
wait, hold on, Jim. Jim, let that breathe a little bit.
Oh, let that breathe.
Let that breathe a little
bit. Guys, you gotta understand, we're at the climax of the fight, and DDP pulls out.
He pulls out right at the climax.
You're right there. You about to get over the hump, and he pull out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn, you bitch ass nigga.
Hey, he was talking mad trash, and he talked a big game. I think the thing that upset me the most was that he was saying that, Kamaru didn't understand what he was saying and it was taken out of context. I mean, he literally came out and said, I train in Africa. I breathe African air every day. I don't even think that belts came back to Africa. I'm going to be the first true African champion. And I'm like, bro, you literally said that. So I think for him, he just wrote a check that his body couldn't cash because apparently he got a foot injury that he can't fight now.
Mm-hmm. And not even just to Izzy, but it's like you got Francis and Kamaru at the time who were current UFC champions.
That's the most disrespectful one. Like
come on.
I could see if he would go after Kamaru or Izzy, but Francis is probably I don't want to classify people's Africanness, but Francis is probably like the most African one out of all three of them.
No, because folks will argue down about Kamaru. They'll argue that Kamaru is from Nebraska and Izzy is from Australia or China.
Oh, they'll say Kamaru from Dallas.
Yeah, or Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
So out of the argument, Francis would technically be considerably the most African, but it is a dumb statement to make. Like, bro, you really have 3 UFC champions, blood origins from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking Nigeria and Cameroon. Bro,
that don't get much African than that.
Don't get no much African than that, though.
Thanks.
It really don't. It really don't.
And for a guy like that to make the statement, like, it would have been more respectful if he would have been like, hey, I would love to be another African represent champion.
Yeah. Hey.
Or he could have just said, I'll be the best African champion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but to say that. Like, but you to come out and say you'd be the first real African champion, knowing there's even other African fighters that's not champion, but blood origin is African. Like, bro, we know crazy, bro. Again, of course there are white folks who live in Africa or born in Africa or whatever, but like
we know why
blood traced back, bro. Your blood is not tracing back to Africa. There's no way your blood is tracing back.
He's Dutch. We all we know
seriously.
he's Dutch. He's a Dutchman,
right?
Which is the reason why apartheid was even a thing. By the way,
hello,
T.
Hey, Africans know that,
right? T. Let me ask you this, bro. Let's say we do get Izzy versus Sean Strickland. How you see this fight playing out?
Izzy winning. Come on, bro. I'm an Izzy fan, so I think Izzy gonna win every fight. He might not be. He might not. But like I said, I watch a lot of podcasts. I didn't seen a lot of podcasts with him on it. Him talking about like his fight preparation and stuff. He's different. And I don't think that changes no matter who he fights. He can go fight Pereira again, and it's gonna be the same person. He can fight he can move up a weight class, fight a dude bigger than him, which Pereira was. And he gonna have that same mindset. And in his mind, he gonna win. I think Izzy gonna win because he back in a way. He got over that Pereira hump. He got the belt back, so he ain't trying to get that belt up no more. He knew he shouldn't have lost the belt to Pereira to begin with.
Izzy's 2 losses in the UFC, in his UFC span, it's been because of him trying to do more than he should have. That first fight with Pereira, he was beating his ass, but of course, he was trying to go out like Stylebender, trying to, go out on the shield, nice fight, went out in the Styles fashion. And that when he lost to Yan in the light heavyweight fight, bro, he was beating the shit out of Yan.
Hey, bro,
it wasn't.
Let's not act like Yan didn't make an adjustment. He can't stand up with Izzy, but he started taking his ass down to the ground.
That's what I'm saying. Once Yan realized he could get the takedown, that's what the game changed for Izzy. But I'm saying that to say Izzy should have been more careful and being loose when it came to the ground game like that. He knew the disadvantage he was going up against.
Hey, if I'm not mistaken, didn't that fight take place in Vegas during the pandemic when he fought Yan?
Believe so.
Now, that ring is a lot smaller than a traditional ring.
And the Apex, right?
Yeah, in the Apex. You know, not saying that would have made a bigger difference, but that's more room for him to work with.
Yeah, it's more room for him to work with, right? But all in all, bro, the fight with Strickland, to me, how it would play out is it just gonna pick his ass apart. Pause.
I believe so. I believe so.
Is this too much of a technician, dog, when he's in the fight? Like, he knows the angles he needs to create. He knows the punches, the lands he needs to create. He understands his reach advantage, and he utilizes all that to the overall of his fight style. Like Sean Strickland, I expect Sean Strickland to be Sean Strickland.
Yep.
A brawling ass white boy gonna come in trying to go out for the KO, and he gonna be tough. Is he gonna have to put him to sleep, knock him out, or pick him apart? But for Sean Strickland to try to stand toe to toe with Izzy, just
ain't gonna happen. Perfect. So let me ask y'all this. So next weekend we got a super mega card in Salt Lake City. Headlining Justin Gaethje, Dustin
Poirier. And that's on my
Poirier.
birthday, man. What a great birthday.
Right. And then also,
shout out to the fight guys for blessing me, man.
Facts. And you're going to get Jan versus Pereira. They haven't decided if that's going to be for the title yet because Jamal Hill, we all know, ruptured his Achilles playing basketball. Right. So
big ass goofy.
No.
Yeah,
double goofy.
Yeah.
Shout out Jamal, man.
So let me ask each one of y'all.
Yeah.
What are y'all looking forward to the most next week for that card?
Dustin.
The
hometown kid. Come on, bro. I mean, you can't. Again, I'm a fan, so you cannot get hyped when the hometown kid fight. I mean, and then it's Justin Gaethje for a belt that's literally called the baddest motherfucker. Like, come on, bro. Like,
that's the two baddest motherfuckers in the UFC right now.
Right. I'm talking. And again, that's not gonna be a easy fight. That's gonna be a fucking brawl.
Bro,
they are going to go toe to toe.
We got a mature Poirier and a mature Gaethje. That first fight, those guys was young, they were scrappy, and they was trying to go in for the kill. These two guys now, it's still the same objective, going for the kill, but it's much more calculated. They understand the fight. They technical, bro, and they know how to fight. And these two motherfuckers here, in particular, highlight reel every time. Hence Justin Gaethje's nickname, but like, bro, every time Dustin fight, highlights, piecing somebody up. Every time Justin fight of the year nominee candidate, fight of the year winner. Bro, you can't get no better, no much more explosive, intense, firework build up, dog fight, bro, straight pit bull. Like, bro, this is, I expect a pit bull fight. Like, I can't put it in no other words, bro. I can't put it in no other words.
It's gonna be a bloodbath.
Word to Tupac, about to be a gangster party.
I'm excited for Jan and Pereira, man.
Same.
Because this is probably gonna be the toughest fight of Alex's career, for the simple fact that Juan is so much bigger than Izzy. And he can take you down in an instant. It's not that, it's not going to be, can Alex knock him out? Of course he can. I mean, his power is undeniable. Can he defend against the takedown? And he had a hard time when Izzy, or the first MMA fight between Izzy and Alex, he had a hard time, when Izzy went for that single leg takedown. He was like, "Oh my God! Like,
what is this?
If Izzy start taking me down, So I really hope, I really hope his camp, I really hope they drill that home. Like, hey, look, you gonna get taken down, man.
Dre, you know who his coach is?
Who's his coach?
Teixeira.
To share? Oh, okay, yeah, he should be okay then.
Yeah,
I
It's
mean,
just
hey,
Sheriff,
that was
he
his coach for the
died.
first fight.
Sheriff, he
Yeah.
died.
Hey, look,
Yeah,
Daniel
so-
Cormier has taught me one thing. You don't get better at jiu-jitsu overnight. And you don't become a better wrestler overnight. And
Right.
I'm not saying it's been an overnight thing
Nah.
for him. He probably been working on this for a couple months, which is cool. But when you in
Mm-hmm.
the heat of battle, you gonna revert to what you always done.
What you know? Yep.
And if
Mhm.
Jan can, pin Pereira to the ground, I think Jan get the victory, bro. He just
I
turned
say
40.
this too. I say this too to add to the point real quick. We also getting to see Alex not cutting much weight.
That's true.
We also see Alex not cutting much weight, bro. He might be much more comfortable at light heavyweight, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll say this. Izzy. When Izzy was reviewing his second fight with Alex, he said that, man, if he moves up, everybody's gonna have a problem. And I think that's the one advantage that Alex has. He has such a unique style. That kickboxing style. That's why some of the best strikers in MMA history have been from a kickboxing background. Anderson
Mhm.
Silva, is my prime example of that. So I think, John's gonna find out real quick, oh shit, man, this is not your typical light heavyweight striker. This guy is a different animal. And if those
Motherfucker is
fighters
big, bro.
and if those fighters in that division don't heed that advice, when you could be looking at Pereira gaining the belt, and we looking at a super fight between Izzy and Potan for for a dual championship type of environment in 2024.
I'm pretty sure that's what Izzy hoping how it plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe so.
Absolutely.
I got one more fight I want to add to the excited about. Let's give it up for Mr. Out of Pocket himself, not fighting in Houston this go around. And let's
Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis. Shout out to Derek Lewis.
Yeah,
Hey,
shout out
he
to
got to
Derek
get the
Lewis.
victory. He got to get the victory
He
next
that,
week.
man.
Right?
His ass
definitely
gonna get
needs
cut.
the victory.
I know
in
Dana
Texas.
I know Dana White love him, but man, it's a business, bro. His ass
He
gonna get cut.
He like what, 0-3 on his last 3 fights?
I think he 0-4, bro. 0-3.
Yeah, I think he 0-4.
Yeah, he 0-4, dog. I mean,
he better win.
He got
Man.
Tuivasa knocked him out. I don't
He
know how
lost.
Cyril
He
Gaines.
lost to
No,
Gon.
Cyril got. Did he get knocked out of that fight?
He got knocked out of that one.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Well,
Man.
TKO.
Yeah.
TKO.
Yeah, okay.
Tuivasa
man.
knocked him out.
With that elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I'll be if I miss training, I'm like, hey, Derek, I love you, man, but don't bring Popeyes and Budweiser to the camp no more.
Right.
No,
talk.
You better bring them hands to that octagon Saturday night.
Absolutely.
Jeez.
Hey guys, this has been a great show. I'm glad we was able to knock this out, bro. We're gonna keep bringing them in and out like we always do. And if
Debo, we got you covered, big dog.
We got you covered, Debo. And if you have
Debo,
not,
my boy, man.
Yeah.
Shout out
and if
to
you
Big
have
Homie,
not
man.
been
Shout
on
out
the
to
channel
Debo.
during the week, we have been posting clips throughout the week. Not really random things, but mostly been some UFC related things. And it seems to be doing well, so we're gonna keep posting those. So thank y'all so much for the support. We appreciate the love.
Man.
We're gonna keep this thing rocking. And we're gonna catch you in the next one. We out.
Yeah, I mean.
Peace.
Yeah,
Sir, appreciate the love and support, people.